Isabelle, and I'm delighted to tell you about my new project called Mamie Lou. Mamie Lou is an interactive short film for VR. It aims to enlighten the audience about elderly care. It all starts on the day Kyoko was born. As Charlotte is giving birth in a maternity hospital in Tokyo, her grandmother, Mamie Lou, has a stroke at home in France. Mamie Lou finds herself alone at the hospital, and so Charlotte asks her guardian angel, and that will be you, the viewer, to watch over her grandmother. You will take care of Mamie Lou with your magical presence by bringing light, caring looks, and comforting gestures, and you will also help her resolve her inner conflicts by revisiting her memories. Throughout the story, you will be guided by luminous spirits. They are Mamie Lou's deceased ancestresses, so there is Barbara, her mother, Maria, her little sister, and Carol, her daughter. Going back in Mamie Lou's past, you will get to know her better. Louise, that's her real name, has a passion for growing and crossbreeding citrus trees. She used to spend all her time in the large greenhouse attached to her home. As a young woman, she wished to walk in her botanist father's footsteps. She turned out to be quite a difficult mother and bitterly regrets a fight with her deceased daughter, Carol. Inside one of her memories, the encounter with the spirit of her daughter opens the possibility for forgiveness and allows her to live in peace.
Hello, I'm Romane. I'm one of the two concept artists working on this project, and I'm pleased to tell you more about the choices we made concerning the art direction.
We set out to design a consistent 3D universe with a unique space in which the entire story unfolds. This experience takes place in 3 space-times in which the user will move. There is the hospital with the realism of the present moment. There is the world of Mamie Lou's memories, which brings us a sense of wonder over her past. Then, the last word is disturbed, interrupted by a medical storm, a surreal and unsettling space showing parts of Mamie Lou's dying body under treatment. The viewer needs to cross this space before returning to the hospital. This 3D set is structured by the tree at the center of Mamie Lou's greenhouse. The plant connects and directs movement back and forth between Mamie Lou's home on the right and the hospital on the left, between the past and the present, her mind and her body.
Hello, I'm Voyelle and I'm the producer. I'm excited to tell you why I decided to support Mamie Lou's story and to produce the VR experience. When Isabelle told me about her personal story when losing her grandmother a couple years ago, I was really impressed by the strength of the characters, including hers. It is a sensitive subject, indeed, but beautifully expressed in VR, emoting empathy and bringing lightness and brightness.
Directing in VR requires to think the story from inside the 3D space, and also to do rapid prototyping to get a feel for the physical sensations that will accompany the emotions of storytelling. It's a constraint, and at the same time we have those wonderful tools for painting in VR that help us make mock-up very fast. Before writing the script, I made the first prototype in 2019 during a workshop with artists Sutu and Paisley Smith. We used steel brush for 3D and even created a sound demo with other artists in residence. You can see the first idea for the different spaces in these images. Then I worked with Small Studio for the second prototype. Romane and Ghislain created the images using Quill, and the small team assembled the VR mockup using Unity's real-time game engine. This helped us to create the first interactive tests, and this also allows us to show you today those 360 images. We tested the 3 viewpoints of the experience. First, the viewer as a guardian angel floats in spirit in the medical storm. Then, when they get closer to Mamie Lou's bedside, they incarnate in her presence, and so everything has a more realistic size. And finally, when they trigger the reminiscence of a memory, they will enter Mamie Lou's head in her memory. In the next phase, we plan to move the development for the first chapter forward to fine-tune the staging, objects animation, and interactions with Mamie Lou. This project has grown over encounters, first in the writing phase during residencies where the concept was developed with the help of other VR artists, then at festivals such as Annecy or Immercity, where I spoke with Voyelle, and even over the internet, where I discovered the work of Romane and Ghislain, who created the images of the project.
After the first discussions with the talented team at Small Studio, Isabelle asked us to produce under our new Small Creative label that leverages the extensive know-how of game engines and VR post-production techniques to create new immersive experiences. We are also in discussion with other potential partners to work with.
This film also shows how the healthcare system conditions the way we die today. We have seen, and even more recently, malfunctions, especially in elderly care. And there is also a lack of knowledge of the laws and patient rights.
Therefore, we hope that with making this film happen, we can open a space for discussion. By actively making room for the viewer's subjectivity inside the animation surroundings, giving them room to interact with the animated character, we hope that we will be able to grasp these taboo questions and engage in a dialogue within the family or within the public domain. The final film will last 20 minutes and will be released in 2 parts. The first part is 7 minutes long and is scheduled for production at the end of 2020. We'd like to premiere at festivals in early 2021. The production will then continue for a final release of the complete version by the end of 2021. This is obviously a universal story, and we are currently looking for international co-producers, public or private associations or institutions that are interested in sponsoring, distributing, or even just sharing Nana Lou's story widely.
So thank you for watching.
And don't hesitate to get in touch with us.